so where are we at now? The sulcus. Okay. So for this model, I mean, there's the actual plastic part and the little picture. They're both good. So the anterior median, and you see the wide gap. So if it's wide, it's got to be anterior median fissure. And where it's more tight and narrow, posterior median sulcus. Or on this model, again, we know the spinous process is in the back, right? So anterior median fissure, posterior median sulcus. Really tight and narrow on the back, okay? So next, the central canal. So the picture does a lot better. You can see the hole right there, or there, that tiny little brown hole. Central canal. The gray matter horns. So we know the fissure is always anterior. So in the back, you got the dorsal gray horn, lateral gray horn, anterior gray horn, or same thing over here, posterior, lateral, and ventral gray horn. What I don't like about this, it shows cervical spinal cord, but it has lateral gray horns. That's not correct, right? If you remember, the lateral horns are only T1 to L2, but the model's made that way. The gray commissure, so we're just looking at the gray matter right around the central canal. So it's easier to see here. The anterior gray commissure, posterior gray commissure, just each side of that central canal. The white matter columns, so just anterior columns, anterior white columns, lateral white columns, posterior white columns. Same thing over here, posterior white columns, lateral, ventral white columns. All right, so now on to the roots. So you notice it's even colorized here, as we discussed, sensory and motor separated. So on the anterior portion, so that's definitely front, we have the ventral roots. And in the back, we got the dorsal roots. And just the same thing here, these yellow wires in the back, dorsal roots. And in the front, ventral roots. Dorsal root ganglion, so you see this big bulge. Great indication, again, it's posterior because it has the bulge of the dorsal root ganglion. And on this model, you have to kind of turn it a bit to see it, but right in here, dorsal root ganglion. And ventral root we already pointed out. Okay. So you need the cut, I guess, if you want to do